Hi, my name's Leanne Gold. I'm a botanical and natural science illustrator in Kitchener-Waterloo, Canada. It is the middle of January right now. It's about -10 where I am, and I'm going to show you how I collect subjects for my botanical illustrations in winter. So right now we're on a railway, and there's some cattails growing nearby, so I am going to collect some cattails for my next illustration. Today we're in my home studio. This is where I create some of my illustrations and also do all of my video editing and blogging work. In a moment I'm going to take you outside to show you how I collect subjects and create initial sketches in a cold climate for botanical illustration. But for now, I'm hiding out in my studio. I've got a nice hot cup of coffee, and I'm just relaxing for a bit. Let's go get some cattails. Come with me. I'm taking an early morning walk. It's about -12, but I'm not super cold as long as I keep moving. I'm wearing several layers of wool, so most of my body won't get cold. However, the one part of me that does tend to get cold is my fingers. I am wearing gloves, but they're quite thin, and the reason I've chosen these leather driving gloves, which I thrifted, is because they're quite, they still allow me to draw. They're flexible and they're thin, but that does mean that they have to stay in my pockets for now until I get to my location. Alright, so we're walking just under the railroad tracks right now. So the cattails I'm going to collect are under these same railroad tracks, but just a little further over. We're taking a bit of a longer walk this morning. Taking a longer walk actually helps get my blood flowing, so then when I stop to sketch, I'll have longer before I get cold, even though I've been out for longer. But I've chosen a location for collecting my subjects that's actually very close to home. I can get there in just a couple of minutes, so if I do need to collect some more cattails later, I can do that quickly without as much preparation. Alright, so we are in the drainage ditch by the railroad tracks near my house. And as you can see, there's some cattails growing next to me. Now, I really love doing outdoor sketches on location for my composition and details. Unfortunately, in the winter, when it's -10, my fingers get really cold fast, and my watercolors would freeze, so I've adapted. Today I've prepared some little rectangles in my sketchbook, and I'm just going to do some very quick composition sketches with graphite, and then take some cattails home to finish my illustration. back to the studio. I'm all set up to start my finished cattail illustration. I've had a chance to go out, collect cattails, do some sketching, and also do some sketching in the studio. I actually ended up going out about 3 times. As it turns out, it takes a lot longer to do my sketches and collect my materials if I'm also learning how to videotape at the same time. But I think I did all right. So behind me I've got the sketches that I did outside as well as some studies that I did in the studio recently. And now I'm ready to start my finished illustration just in time because the forecast is that it's going to be about -20 Celsius, that's about 0 Fahrenheit, for the next few days. So I'm going to be huddled in here in my nice toasty warm studio working on my finished illustration. In the next videos, I'm going to be sharing my progress and how I complete this cattails illustration. If you'd like to see more, hit like, comment, and subscribe below.